Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're talking about something, well, something you probably know from chocolate, cocoa butter. But it turns out it's got some really interesting benefits for your skin that go way beyond just, smelling delicious. We're going to explore what makes it special, why it works so well, and maybe even touch on how it fits into natural formulations, including a quick peek at cannabis applications. And actually, all our insights today are sparked by a really fantastic blog post over on 420formulator.com, which, just as a quick aside, is an amazing resource if you're into skincare formulation, especially natural stuff, and yeah, even the cannabis side of things.
It really is. Cocoa butter is surprisingly versatile. People often just think chocolate, right? And if you're listening because you want to quickly get a good handle on natural ingredients, things that actually work for your skin, this is right up your alley. Yeah. So our plan is to kind of unpack the main benefits, the practical uses from that blog, really focusing on the natural goodness it offers.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Cocoa butter. What is it exactly? We know it's related to chocolate, but...
Right. It's essentially a pale yellow fat, and it's solid at room temperature. It comes directly from cacao beans. It's actually extracted when they're making cocoa powder. So because it's solid, you do need to warm it up gently to melt it before you can, say, mix it into a cream or a lotion. But once melted, it's got this wonderfully smooth, creamy feel. And yes, it definitely keeps that sort of mild, comforting, chocolatey smell.
Oh, that smell. And I saw the blog mentioned the INCI name Theobroma Cacao. Just for listeners, INCI is that standardized naming thing, right?
Yeah.
Helps everyone know what's actually in a product. And it mainly comes from West Africa, apparently supplying like over half the world's cocoa. That's huge.
It is, yeah. A massive amount. And the process to get the butter itself is, well, it's quite something. The beans are fermented first, then dried. That develops the flavor. Then roasting that brings out more aroma and flavor. After that, they're ground into a paste, and from that paste, they press out the liquid butter, separating it from the cocoa solids. It gets a gentle refining step, too, just to clean it up and make it last longer. What's kind of cool is that it's basically the same stuff used in really good chocolate.
Makes sense why it smells so good then. Okay, so we know where it comes from, this natural solid fat. But let's talk skincare. Its main job, I guess, is as a moisturizer. How does it stack up against, the synthetic things you often find in lotions?
Well, that's where it really shines as a natural option. It's obviously free from harsh chemicals or additives that you might find elsewhere, which can sometimes cause irritation. It works by soothing the skin, but also nourishing it. It's got vitamins and these essential fatty acids that actively help promote healthy skin cell growth and repair.
So it's not just like sitting on the surface, it's actually doing something beneficial underneath. And people always talk about it for really dry, dehydrated skin, like it's a go-to. How does it create that protective layer? What makes it so good at keeping moisture in?
It's down to its emollient qualities. That means it softens and smooths the skin, kind of filling in the tiny gaps. This creates a really effective barrier on the skin surface. And that barrier is key for stopping moisture from escaping, locking it in. There's a technical term, transepidermal water loss, or TEWL. Cocoa butter gets really high marks for preventing TEWL. That's why it leaves skin feeling so soft and smooth.
Right, TEWL, I've heard of that. So it's measurable, its effectiveness. Okay, now something else the blog mentioned was antioxidants. We hear about antioxidants in food, but in cocoa butter for skin, how does that work?
Yeah, beyond just moisture, cocoa butter has this sort of secret weapon, antioxidants, specifically cocoa polyphenols. We usually think, blueberries or green tea for antioxidants, right? But this butter has compounds that actively fight off the daily damage our skin faces. Things like pollution, UV damage, other stressors. They create these things called free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that damage skin cells and speed up aging. So using cocoa butter is almost like giving your skin a bit of a shield against that daily wear and tear. It promotes overall skin health.
A shield, I like that.
Right.
Okay, let's dig into that a bit more. The blog gets quite specific about the fatty acids in cocoa butter. It seems like each one brings something different to the table, like palmitic acid, stearic acid, oleic, linoleic.
And the key isn't just that it has them, but the balance. Take palmitic acid, for example. It's a common saturated fat. As an emollient, it's great for softening the skin, and if you find it in hair products, it can make hair feel softer without being sticky or greasy.
Okay, non-greasy softness, that's good. What about stearic acid? That sounds familiar too.
The stearic acid, yeah, another common one. It helps make products stable, gives them a nice texture, and it's also a really effective skin softener. For hair, it conditions without weighing it down. Then you get into the unsaturated ones like oleic acid, that's an omega-9.
Oleic acid, omega-9. We know omegas are good for us inside, but on the skin, what does it do?
Oleic acid is fantastic for helping reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles. And if it's in something like a body butter or massage cream, it can actually help with joint stiffness, maybe easing a bit of inflammation or discomfort there. It's really important for keeping skin feeling soft and pliable. And for hair, it helps stimulate the follicles, which can lead to stronger hair growth.
Wow, that's quite a list of benefits from just one component. And linoleic acid, the omega-6. I hear that mentioned for skin barrier health sometimes.
Linoleic acid, yes, omega-6. It's really known for its anti-inflammatory effects and helping with wound healing. In skincare, it's crucial for helping the skin hold on to moisture again, tackling that TEWL issue we talked about. It can even be helpful in products for acne-prone skin because it can soothe breakouts and maybe reduce future ones. And like the others, good for hair moisture and promoting strong growth.
So when you put all those together, palmitic, stearic, oleic, linoleic, it's clear they're doing a lot more than just basic moisturizing. They're working together for overall skin health, right?
Absolutely. It's that specific combination, that synergy, along with the antioxidants, that makes cocoa butter such a powerhouse ingredient.
Which leads nicely into its more specific uses.
Mm.
The blog mentions it's been used historically for different skin conditions. What kind of things are we talking about?
Well, traditionally, it's been used to soothe things like eczema, psoriasis, and dermatitis. Its moisturizing and soothing qualities are really key there. They can help calm down the itching, the redness, the inflammation that comes with those conditions. And because it's generally quite gentle, it's often suitable even if you have sensitive skin. It provides relief without causing more irritation.
That's really something, especially for ongoing issues like eczema. Okay, what about stretch marks? That's a big concern for a lot of people. Can cocoa butter actually help?
The blog points to those cocoa polyphenols again. The idea is they can improve the skin's quality and elasticity, making it maybe more resilient to stretching. So it might help reduce the chances of new stretch marks forming. And interestingly, it seems to work even better when combined with shea butter. Shea butter has phytosterols, which help regenerate skin cells deeper down, so the combination might be particularly effective.
A dynamic duo.
Okay.
And just overall skin appearance, can it help with evening out skin tone or giving you that sort of healthy glow?
It certainly can contribute to that. Cocoa butter is known for helping to smooth out uneven skin tones and just giving the skin a nice, healthy look. That makes it popular in products aimed at, addressing visible signs of aging. Consistent use might also help fade the appearance of scars, blemishes, or dark spots over time, leading to a smoother, more youthful look.
So with all these benefits, is it basically good for everyone? Any skin type?
It definitely offers benefits across the board, but it's particularly brilliant for dry and dehydrated skin types. That's where it really excels. And because of that intense moisture, you see it a lot in products designed for mature skin, and often in night creams for that deep overnight hydration.
But what if your skin is more oily or combination? Could it be too rich, too heavy?
It can still be beneficial, especially if it's formulated well. Sometimes it's combined with lighter, balancing oils like hazelnut oil, which can actually help reduce that feeling of oiliness. The blog does add a little note of caution in its FAQ section, though. For some people with very acne-prone skin, heavy butters could potentially clog pores. So if that's you, it's just something to be mindful of. Maybe patch test first.
Good to know. Sensible advice. Now, we mentioned the site is 420formulator.com. Let's quickly touch on the cannabis aspect the blog mentions. How does cocoa butter play into that?
Right, well, being a stable fat that's solid at room temp, it makes sense as a carrier for fat-soluble compounds like cannabinoids. The process is pretty straightforward. Melt the butter, add your cannabis, let it infuse, and then strain out the plant material. But the blog makes a really practical point here. While you can infuse cannabis directly into cocoa butter, it often suggests that infusing into liquid oils can be easier afterwards for handling, dosing, and maybe even absorption, depending on what you're making.
Ah, okay. That makes practical sense. Easier to work with oils sometimes. Good tip. So just to kind of wrap up the main points, cocoa butter is this amazing natural emollient. It's loaded with antioxidants fighting environmental damage. It's got that fantastic fatty acid profile, palmitic, stearic, oleic, linoleic, all working to hydrate, soothe, and improve skin texture. Plus, it's helpful for specific things like eczema, maybe stretch marks, and generally improving skin tone and giving it a healthy look. And look, if this has got you thinking about natural ingredients or maybe even playing around with making your own skincare, I'd really suggest having a look at 420formulator.com. Seriously, they have tons of detailed guides, whether you're interested in making creams, lotions, need info on essential oils, or even want how-to guides for things like serums. It's just a really great resource for that sort of thing. Really worth checking out if you're curious.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much complex, beneficial, natural science is packed into something as simple and, well, comforting as cocoa butter. It's definitely more than just nice smell or something in a dessert. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in and exploring these natural skincare secrets with us today.